Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to Top 10 Week here on Digital Caveman Presents. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman. And today I will be presenting you with my top 10 Marvel Legends figures that I reviewed this year. They may not have been released this year. They may have been released the previous year, but I reviewed them this year. And that's the only criteria, save that they not be from the top 10 list last year, because there was some spillover into season 2 from the top 10 list of season 1. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start things off with our honorable mention, who just barely did not make the list. And here we have the 20th anniversary Toad, which I was quite more impressed with this figure than I thought I was going to be. And even though he does have the mismatched pin to pinless, he has pinned elbows and pinless knees, I was still more impressed with this figure than I thought I would be. Let's get into the list proper with number 10, the comic book Black Panther. This one has a very, very classic look, although it's not completely classic. This is the most classic Black Panther that I do own. Number 10, Black Panther. At number 9, coming in, is the SpiderMan Renew Your Vows 2-pack. With the new SpiderMan with the toe tilt and Spinneret, who I will say I'm not completely familiar with. I know it's Mary Jane. I don't know why she's wearing a Spider-Man costume. Perhaps I should look up the book. But here we have, coming in at number 9, the Renew Your Vows 2-pack. Coming in at number 8, we have the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange. And I have to say, the reason this figure makes the top 10 list is this is one of the best likenesses of an actor that Hasbro has put out this year for the Marvel Legends line. And his costume in the movie is more classically inspired than in previous incarnations on film. At number 7, we have the Master of the Masters of Evil, Baron Zemo. And I have to say, I was much more impressed with this figure than I thought I was going to be. Again, it's another figure with the mismatched pinless elbow, knee combination, which I really hate when they mismatch them. But this figure is great. He is that perfect, classic Baron Zemo that you need to fight with Captain America. At number 6, we have, from the What If wave, Doctor Strange or Strange Supreme. I have to say, I really, I know I've said it before on this list, but this figure really surprised me as how much that I actually like it. And even though, we have that plastic cape that is somewhat malleable, I think this is the best looking Doctor Strange cape we've ever had. And it just needs a cloth cape. That's it. Coming in at number 5, we have the retro carded Apocalypse. And this guy, when I think of Apocalypse, this is what I think of. It's it's that classic look. It's not quite the Simonson's look, but it's darn near close, and this is what I think of when I think of Apocalypse. And I'm so glad I decided to pick this guy up when he was on sale. Coming in at number 4, we have the Fantastic Four retro carded Human Torch. And I have to say, this is probably the best Human Torch that Hasbro has ever done. He has the right translucency in the plastic. He has the right paint apps. And it's just totally classic for me. I know it's more based on the animated look, really, but it's Fantastic Four for me. This is Human Torch. In the number 3 spot, we have the Iron Spider. And the only real issue that I remember having with this guy is just not enough articulation in the Waldos. Everywhere that thing looks like it has a joint, it should have a joint. And that's the only issue of it. The deco is great. The arms work good, even without all the articulation that they need. And here, coming in at number 2, and this might be a surprise that this is number 2, but here we have the Mojo World multi-pack. And the only issue that I had with this was the X-Babies Wolverine not really fitting in with the rest of this. But from the packaging to the sculpts to the deco, this is a great set. Number 2, Mojo World. Mojo, Dazzler, X-Babies Wolverine, and Longshot. And finally, in my number 1 spot of Marvel Legends for the year, we have the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America. Although this figure is not without issues, I do believe that, we should have gotten a shield that doesn't have holes in it for the stuff to plug in, but that's here or there. And the only other issue that I had with this cap is that the eye holes in the mask don't seem to be quite large enough. But that does it for the top 10 Marvel Legends that I reviewed this year. It's all my opinions. Your mileage, of course, may vary. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.